Welcome back, YouTube. Slick here in the Slickhead Garages. Let me explain what's going to go on in this video. By now, many of you know about my 1940 oil pump that has the hairline crack or pinhole in it that was causing it to weep a little bit of oil out of it. Having trouble finding it. A new one, the one I want from V-Twin, it's on back order. They got like 300 of them on back order. I got a parts supplier guy, he's looking into it. I'll be talking to him on Monday. And I haven't gone to Nicky Cycle Salvage. That guy has so much, he probably has a 55-gallon drum of them laying around. But in the meantime, you know, I've slowly sanded it down, and it's really hard to find the hairline crack. I've used a magnifying glass, you've probably seen in that short, to find the small inclusions that it could be the leak. So I was going to TIG weld it, but that would be hard to do. I could get into those spots, but I don't really see what's the leak. So in the interim, I got a comment from Don Rice, a subscriber of mine. He's a really cool subscriber. We talk all the time. And he suggested bronze brazing it. And I was like, you know what? He's right. So I want to give him credit for this idea. I've bronzed brazed before. I used to be good at it, but that was a few years ago. It's been a long time since I've bronzed brazed, so I got to practice up on it. In full disclosure, again, welding is not my profession. It's not my trade. I'm an HVAC guy, HVAC service mechanic in the union. I did 5 years of schooling on that. I took welding courses. I did 2 years of welding courses on my own, just for my own hobbies of building motorcycles and welding on my own projects and for friends. So I'm not a professional welder, but I know how to do it. And with welding, it's something you got to do every day to be really good at. Like even when I jump on the TIG welder, I do some practice welds to just get the rhythm back down again. If I jump on a stick welder, I got to practice stick welding, jump on that. Even the MIG welder, even though a MIG welder is pretty damn easy. But anyway, so that's a little history on my my education into these trades. This is not a how-to channel, so I'm not going to take you through it step by step, but you can just see what I'm up to. So let's get into it. Oh, and I forgot to mention in that little intro, I am also not a machinist by trade. This is just my tabletop mill, and this is my tabletop lathe. I didn't do any schooling for machinists. Everything I learned on machining, I just read out of a book myself. Old books like that. And I watch videos on YouTube on machining. And then I also have my brother who is a machinist by trade. He comes over here and gives me lessons on the lathe. He gives me lessons on the mill, stuff like that. You know, I got the lathe so that way I can make my own spacers, turn down shafts, and even thread some things. You know, stuff like that. I got the lathe for. It comes in handy, especially when you're putting a bike together in the middle of the night and you don't have the right size spacer. Boom, you can quickly make one. The mill is pretty versatile. It could do a lot of different things. So just wanted to explain that real quick in case anybody ever asks. All right, it's a rainy and gloomy weekend here in South Jersey. So let's get into this. As you can tell, my garage, my fab shop here is getting out of hand. Messy again. Got pegboard I never hung up falling onto my table saw. Parts washers getting overrun with stuff. I'm just getting all messy again. Oh, here's a practice template I was making for my brother's King Queen seat. I was just playing around practicing with cardboard, but it'll give you kind of an idea how to lay. Now mind you, it would come to here probably, and then go up tall with the sissy bar and back padding. That's kind of sort of what it'll look like. But the garage is getting out of hand. I gotta get this all cleaned out because winter time's coming. I gotta start using the wood stove. I hate getting on camera because I always forget what to say and how to say it. That's why you always hear me pausing and stuttering, because I'm stupid. Gotta put my books away. Table's out of hand. It's getting out of hand again. All right, let's get into this video. Okay. I sanded the hell out of the oil pump, and now I got some paint stripper laying on in there. So we'll let that sit, get all the paint off of there. In the meantime, I haven't done a brazing weld. I haven't braze welded in a little while, so I want to do a practice joint. These are the two types of braze rods I have laying around. I have the bronze braze rod that you need to apply flux to. You have to dip it in a white paste of flux. And I have this stuff that I've had success with. It is a flux coated bronze. So with an oxyacetylene weld, use this stuff. It makes a really awesome joint, really strong. And you can make it look pretty, like a weld, if you get good at it. But I don't do it every day, so let me do a practice joint. This is what it looks like. All right, let me clean up this metal. I took a piece of cast iron, black iron fitting. So let me clean this up, get all the rust off of it, and then we'll do a practice weld on here. So let me set up the camera. Let me turn on my exhaust fan so I'm not breathing in all this rust dust. So. Yeah, I built this exhaust system for this garage for this exact purpose. Whenever I'm stick welding, creating fumes, or whenever I'm grinding and creating grinding dust, and you know, you get all that black stuff in your nose, I like to run my spot exhaust system to wherever I'm working. Try to keep the black stuff out of my lungs and out of my nostrils. Okay, let me turn off the exhaust fan. Now this should provide plenty enough workspace to do a practice weld with the bronze brazing. All right, let's fire up the oxyacetylene and get to it. I don't know if this rod is any good anymore. It's been sitting around in my garage for a couple years now. A few years, as a matter of fact. You know, I keep it stored away and dry, but I'd rather get the flux paste and dip this style of rod in the flux paste. It might flow better, because it wouldn't flow right with this guy. So that's why I'm practicing before I put heat to my pump. Alright, let me give you a close-up. It didn't turn out too bad. Once I get the feel for the puddle, I could probably make a really good puddle on my oil pump. But this stuff is strong. I don't know if everybody can see that. A little cold on that edge. I still don't trust that rod because I don't like that flux. But it'll definitely cover the whole spot on the oil pump. But that ain't coming off of there. Then you can sand it down, you can machine bronze, you can sand it down. It's really strong, but you get the idea. I'm gonna do a couple more practice beads. All right, let me see if I can't do a practice weld on camera before I run out of acetylene and gotta change the bottle. And I like to get my heat facing towards the direction you're going to preheat the area. Hit it again. Well, that was dumb. Let me clean all that up and we can take a look at it. They overheat. All right, so my second test weld, let me put some light on. My second test weld went really good. So good, I don't even think I need practice. I'm ready to go, but I'll keep practicing. I'll do another one here. Way better than my first one. I did it a lot hotter like you're supposed to do, so it blends in. See this cold rolled edge here? That's too cold. That's why it rolled like that. But this one, it blended in nicely. If I put this nice thick weld all over my oil pump, I'd be happy. I'd be happy with that. And then you can sand it down. It's a nice thing about the bronze. Try it without the light. So I'm happy with this. I don't think I need any more practice, but I'm going to keep practicing. It's better to practice. Nice and thick. It was nice and hot. All right. Now let me finish. Yeah, so I take it back. What I said about this rod. I mean, it could still be too old. It's been in my my cabinet for many years. But I guess it was just operator error, because this one looks really good. All right, so let me go prep the oil pump better for the final phase of welding it, or I should say brazing it. Okay, the next step I'm going to take is I'm going to finish sanding this better. I'm going to get in a lot of these nooks and crannies all in here, sand it up really good, put some more paint stripper on it in here, sand out here a little bit, you know, I'm going to clean it up real good. When I'm done that, I am then going to take my torch and I'm going to sweat it. I'm going to sweat the oil out, because with sand cast there could be, where it was leaking from, there could be oil, the oil that's seeped out of the pump to this point, it'll be in that crack or that pinhole. So you want to sweat the oil out. You want to heat it up. I'm going to heat up the pump a few times. I'm going to heat it up real good. Then I'll shut it off. I'll cool it down, clean it up. I'll heat it up again. I'll do it several times. Sweat all the oil out that could be in there in the sand cast inclusions and pockets and whatnot. So I'll sweat it out. Hey, I might even put it in the oven for a while. Sweat all that oil out, then get it all nice and clean again and prepped for the bronze brazing. Because I gotta get, let me show you with a stick. I'll come in here and I'll get all up in here. I'll probably coat this whole area and then this whole area here. And then when I'm done coating that in real nice and thick, I will take a Dremel and sand it out, smooth it out to make it look as much as I can like the original here, but still leaving a nice thick coat of bronze on it. And that should hopefully solve the oil leak problem. All right. Okay, I've already heated it up, sweated out the residual oil, sanded it down a couple times. I'm gonna do it one more time. But you get the point. I just heat up the part, get the residual oil out of the sand cast before welding, because you don't want that to go into your weld, because the heat will draw the oil out into your weld. Okay, we're going to try something new. We're going to try the chest cam. That way I can put you guys in there when I go to braze this. You should see this thing. It's like wearing a women's bra. The GoPro chest mount. Alright, I've already heated up the whole part. I'll do it again. You want to get the whole part nice and hot because it's sand cast iron. You want to heat everything and not just the part that you're welding or brazing. I've already done it like 2 or 3 times just to get the whole part itself nice and hot. Then I'll switch over to my oxyacetylene torch and get her done. Get it till it's just a little sooty at the end. Now you want a neutral flame. Let's do it to it. I can only show you a little clip of it. Sorry about the shoddy camera work. The chest cam didn't work out. Alright, so here she is. I cleaned it all up. It's not looking too bad. I got a little pocket right there and a little pocket right there. A couple little pinholes. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's not looking too bad. I'm gonna hit it again, give it another coating, and then I'm gonna sand it and shape it, and then I'll show it to you guys. And this video is getting really long, so I gotta end it here. So once I hit it again, sand it and shape it, I'll try it out. What's the worst that could happen? If it's not pumping, or if it continues to leak, then I'll be getting a new one, or a used one. Alright, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Okay, this is the end of the video. This is one round of shaping so far. Looks pretty good. Liking it. That should stop my leak. Alright. See you guys in the next video. Yeah, that's what it looks like when you take a wire wheel to the hand. All right, see you guys in the next video.